When I spoke to Beth or Samantha, she explained that you guys have some public adjusters that come by, the lunch and learns. But to give it to you briefly again, basically what I do is I'm a claims advocate for homeowners or property owners. So they get any damage in their property, you know, roof damage, water damage, fire, lightning, anything of that sort. My job is to go out there, and I'll go out there for free. I'll inspect the property, I'll review their policies to see what kind of coverages they have, and I fight the insurance company to get them paid out. I ended up, you know, becoming a team leader, so I managed a team of up to like 7 guys at one point. I got offered a job at another roofing company, and they ended up not knowing what they were doing. But I had signed up homeowners, and you know, at least in the sales industry, your reputation, your face is everything. So obviously I made a commitment to them, and I learned essentially how to run the construction side of things. So I had to learn how to do the takeoffs, estimate materials, deal with insurance company. I was on site managing these jobs, pulling permits, scheduling inspections. I did that for a year. And then I got offered to do GC work in Chicago, and then they opened it down here. And I did a couple of like concrete jobs. We did some new construction. I did some renovations of like apartment facilities. I think, you know, with the qualifications and my past experience, I mean, everything I put on my estimate, I can justify it. So I get people a lot of good money. I speed up the process a little bit better. You know, and everyone wins. And I've done over 60 plus estimates for over 5 law firms. And, you know, so pretty much saying my estimates are good. Like they're valid because I'm sending it to the law firms. They love it. Send me more and get the claim closed. Some photos of what I've done in the past. So this was Gainesville. We had to renovate 4 apartments. So we did plumbing, electrical, patchwork, drywall. I did kitchen countertops, cabinets, some lighting. And that's the before and then after. You can see that that's what the guys did. They put the P.A.s in there, put new shower tubs, tiles. We had to do the door rocks, some minor AC, and then the cabinets. And then this was a sanitation center in Palatka. So we did concrete on that, and that was new construction. There's not obviously a bunch of photos. I'm not gonna spam you guys with 1,000 photos, but this was new construction. So again, I'm seeing how this process works from start to finish. So when it comes to billing the insurance companies, I know what I'm talking about. And
can I interject real quick? Sorry. How often are you on site during say they're fixing it? How often do you go on site to check the work?
For the GC stuff, I was there every day.
Every day. Okay.
I was having to be there at 7 in the morning, driving to Gainesville, and I was on there because I was also doing like the material runs. So I'd go to Home Depot, get them the materials. The inspector, when he came out, I had to be present for it. So I was hands-on the whole way through. With the jobs I was doing as a GC, another thing that I think, you know, adds to my rapport or repertoire is that the public housing works. So jobs that are done with public associations like housing authorities, they're much more anal and stringent on what needs to be done and how it gets done. Because a lot of these inspectors are actual GCs that have been doing it for decades. So it's not like I get a homeowner that wants a paint job and I can kind of get away with a couple things because they're not going to, you know, exactly understand how the process works. So yeah, that's what I do. I basically review the policy. So again, I can do that. I do it for free, and I'm a very straight up guy. I like to tell people how it is. So if I go to your house and I do that inspection, even if it takes me, you know, time and money to go out there and whatnot, and there's no damage, the worst thing I'll do is just ask you to give me a review, you know. But I'm not gonna waste your time or mine trying to file a claim and trying to get you money when I know that there's not enough damage, you know. So it's also good reading and understanding the coverages of policy because I can see what your limits are, what your coverages are, your, you know, deductible, for example. And
if it's claims made basis or occurrence basis?
Say again?
Claims made basis or occurrence basis?
Right, yeah, like wear and tear versus claimable damages. And, you know, then I'll inspect it, I'll take my photos, I'll get my measurements, prepare the evidence, but basically I build a case, right? And then I create an estimate and I fight the insurance company. As a public adjuster, I can't get paid until the homeowner gets a check or the property owner gets a check. So essentially everything, like I said, I do is free. And it's another reason why I want to know what I'm doing before I, you know, put all this time into it. I know I can't get you anything. So, and then it's just a little fun chart. It's very simple, but basically 6% of insured homes were filed in 2020, and only 34% of those were within hail. The average property claim, I didn't want to change it because that's a statistic that I pulled, but in my experience, they range closer to 30 to 60. And,
Oh, wow.
But you know, you have these claims that need work done, and instead of getting patchwork done, if you can avoid that, have the insurance company pay that's been, you've been paying for 20, 30 years, and get the full work done right and get brought back to pre-loss condition, and I think everybody wins. And that is it. So that's my information.
Way to end it with that one too. It's like, man, poor roof.
That was Cape Coral. That was during the hurricane.
Oh
Ian.
yeah, the other thing you mentioned earlier was that if you're not able to do the work, there's no charge, for that. To what extent do you kind of, gauge the call prior? If the manager calls you and says, hey, we have a leak behind this wall, and this is this, that, and the third, are you just automatically going out there to see if it's something you can cover, or do you require some type of preliminary work from the manager for the claim?
Well, it all depends on how you guys want to do it. Like, some people just send me the homeowner's information, and I make the call and I vet them essentially, and then others want to do that vetting process beforehand. But I pretty much just need to know what the type of damages are, how soon it happened, if it's like water, and then maybe what rooms were affected, what areas were affected, and then the policy, I can get that after while I'm there. If you guys have the policy, I don't know if that's something you do, and that'll also help because I can get an idea of what I'm working with, but that's pretty much all I need.
We'll mainly have policy for just condominium, because HOAs, they're all individually owned and insured, but condominiums and stuff like that we'll have, but I don't think,
Good for common areas.
yeah, common areas too, yeah.
Like a clubhouse or a gym or,
But for the most part, yeah, I mean, I'll go, like I said, worst case scenario, they leave me a review. If not, no skin off my back. I mean, like I said, I have, like you saw, I have experience. I've been in the industry for 6 years, but I opened up Atlas a year ago. So I'm trying to get that exposure out. I'm trying to create those relationships. The credibility speaks for itself. Like I said, I've done estimates for countless law firms. The quickest roofing claims I've closed are actually 30 days, which in the industry is, pretty kind of fast. Usually they're closed. Yeah, so I'm closing my files quick. Like I said, justify everything. I'm very transparent too, so if in this case it's like a relationship with us and you want those communications you send me someone and you want me to keep you updated, I send at least once a week an update. And if the update is that there's no update, I'll send you that, but
okay.
At least once a week I'll be reaching out to you guys. And yeah, that's pretty much.
That's good. Well, thanks for coming
Thank you,
out.
brother.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, yeah.